Hi everyone and welcome to NameHero.com Managed Hosting. I'm going to demonstrate today on how you can set up and install the Xenforo bulletin board software on our cloud. It's very simple, but it is a little bit of a lengthy process, so make sure you have just a couple minutes set aside, maybe 30 minutes to an hour set aside to make sure you have enough time to get everything done. But it's very simple, and people without any coding knowledge or any knowledge working online, you can still do this following this simple tutorial. So to get started here on our screen, we've got our managed cloud hosting packages. You can scroll down here and read all about our services, all about our cloud, about some of the software that we've already optimized our servers for. So for this example, I'm going to start with the business package. Now it just allows one website and it has 30 gigabytes of storage and 100 gigabytes of bandwidth. As you grow, you can upgrade to these other packages. It's very simple to do so. We can do that on the fly. So as your bulletin board begins small and as you start to get members, then you can upgrade as the need calls. We're just going to go ahead and deploy the $58 server for today. Okay, we are going to use NameHero.org as our example site today. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and complete the payment and we'll proceed to the installation. Okay, after we've paid, we want to make sure that our name servers are set on our domain name here. So for NameHero.org here, my name servers are set to ns1.namehero.net and ns2.namehero.net. And that comes in your welcome email to set up your name servers, and I also cover that in another tutorial. So once that's set, you should be able to test your domain. You should be able to go to your domain and verify that it does work. Now, what I like to do is I like to go into Web Host Manager, and this is just basically the control panel that controls everything. And see, we can go in here and click the name. We can see everything is synced up. It's ready to rock and roll. So to begin installing Xenforo, the first thing we need to do is we need to download it from the Xenforo website. So on the screen, I've got the instructions. Now you'll notice that before you download the Xenforo, you must provide information about your site. So you need to set all that up first. You need to complete step one really before you even get your hosting set up. So once it's on your computer, then you're ready to start uploading. Once you've got your server ordered, which we just did in our step. Okay, so you're going to need an FTP program, and they give some example ones, FileZilla and WinSCP. Another one that I like for Mac is Transmit, and that's the one I'm going to be using for today. So it's on panic.com/transmit, and it's a very good program. It's free, and it does everything you're going to need it to do. But that's up to you, whichever one you want to use. It does not matter. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is we need to get into Transmit here, and we need to set up our server in here. So the first thing we need to click is Add. Let's see if I can just move the server a little bit. Okay, so we're going to need this information right here. And actually, we're going to need the IP. So what I like to do is take the IP address. I like to call this namehero.org. Put my IP address in here and go back here. And our username is going to be right here. And our password is going to be right here. And we are now going to connect. Okay, now we are connected. And we are just going to go into the home folder. Okay, so now this is the root of the website. So we're going to want to give us a folder to install the forum in. So we're just going to call it forum. So now when you go to namehero.org/forum, you'll see the Xenforo installation. Obviously we have to upload first. So we're going to go in here and now we have to upload it. So I'm going to make this window just a little bit smaller. And I'm going to pull over my Finder window here. And we are going to unzip this. And we've got the folders. So you can see there's installation instructions in here, but again, I'm going to walk you through this step by step. So we can click on the upload, and we take all these and we're going to simply upload them. So we're going to take these and drag them into /forum. Now I am on an extremely fast connection right now, so it goes a lot quicker, but you're just going to need to give it a couple minutes to go through this process and let the files upload. Even though I am on a fast connection, I'm going to go ahead and pause this video just a second so everything gets uploaded, and then we'll continue with the installation of Xenforo. Okay, now everything is uploaded, and again, I've got a very fast connection here at the office. I think we're at a gigabyte up and down. So yours might take a lot more time, but that's okay. just let it go, and you can see even here in the instructions it says this upload may take a significant amount of time. Okay, so after we get everything uploaded in our forum folder, we just need to set the permissions. Now this is where some people get intimidated, but it's very simple. So there's two folders that we uploaded just now that need to be set to have world writable permissions, okay? And that's going to be the data and the internal data. Okay, so we're going to go in here, and using transmit, we're going to go to get info, and we're simply going to set this here to 777. So we're just going to type in 777, and we're going to click apply. And then we're going to go do the same thing to the internal data folder. 777. All right, so that's that sets those permissions there. So that's not very difficult, but it had to be done. Now we can go down here to the next part. It says now you're ready to begin the Xenforo installer program. Go directly to your domain /community/install and follow the instructions. Okay, so we're just going to move this over here for a second, and we are going to go to the install. There we go. Now you can see it. We installed it in the forum folder. Okay, so now we just went to forum/install, and now we're going to follow their installation instructions from Xenforo. Now, the next step, it's going to ask for a MySQL username and password. Now again, this is very easy, but we have to go create it really quick. So we bounce back over here to Web Host Manager, and we're going to want to go into cPanel. We're going to click in here, give it just a second to load, and we are going to go to MySQL databases, and we're going to add a new one. So we're just going to call this Xenforo. Create database. So this is going to be our database name. So we go back over here, and we're going to say the database is that. Now we have to create a username and password for this. So we're going to scroll down and create a new user, and we're just going to call it the same thing, and we're going to use the password generator. So I'm going to save this on my clipboard, and we're going to use it. We're going to create it. Before I lose the password, I'm going to put it over here, and I'm going to take this username and put it here. But there's one more step we need to do over here, and we need to assign the user to the database. Just one click of a button, but it has to be done. So here's the user, and here's the database. So we're just going to click add, and we're going to assign it all privileges and make changes. That's all we have to do. Just one little simple step there. It binds the user with the database. So we'll go back over here to our installation screen, and we're good. So we're going to go ahead and test and generate the configuration file. Okay, so it says the configuration information you entered is valid and has been written out to automatically. So we're going to continue with installation. Your configuration has been verified, and we're going to continue on here. And now it's just going to take a second while the Xenforo installation script runs. As you can see, there's no coding knowledge. We have not had to edit any tedious PHP files. All we had to do was download the files from Xenforo. We had to upload the files to our server. We had to set some permissions. We created a database. We binded that database, and we followed the simple instructions on the screen now. Okay, so after the installation runs there, it's going to ask you to set up the administrator account. So for this, I'm just going to call it admin, and I'm just going to assign it password. And we can just set it to contact@namehero.com, create administrator. Okay, now on here is where you're going to give your site a name. Now for this, since this is a demo, I'm just going to call it Xenforo, but this you would actually call it your site's name. This is the URL. Remember, this is a folder we inserted in, and so that's where we installed it. Contact email is what we just entered, and the home page is going to be namehero.org. You could set this to be your forum or whatever best fits your needs. So we're going to click Setup Options. Okay, now it's been installed. So now we can go to the control panel, and you can see if we go into another window here, you can see the Xenforo forum has been installed, and we're ready to get going with our forum. So everything is ready. You're ready to start accepting members and stuff. We can go to the admin control panel here, though, and we can log in with the credentials we just created, and we can configure it. So if we want to change the styles, if we want to do any add-ons, if we want to add our forums, we do everything here in this admin panel. And again, there's no coding needed. We haven't even, only thing we had to do was touch transmit to upload these files. Once these files are uploaded, we haven't had to touch anything else. So we can just close that out actually. Everything else now is going to be done inside this admin panel inside your browser. And remember, you're on the redundancy of our NameHero.com cloud. So since you're on our managed cloud hosting, you don't have to worry about your speed lagging or your site getting slow. As you grow, we grow with you. We help you. But that's pretty much all there is to actually getting the script installed and getting it going. Again, I think we've done this in a little bit under 10-15 minutes. I always say allow for 30 minutes to an hour though, because sometimes you might run into something that might hang you up, and it's just better to have a little bit more time than to rush through it. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below this video, or feel free to submit a ticket to our help desk team. We're more than willing to do the install for you. If you don't feel comfortable installing Xenforo, then just hit us up and we'll do it for you. As long as you've purchased it and you have your license and stuff set up, we can install the files for you, no problem. But that's how simple it is to install Xenforo on the NameHero.com managed cloud. I want to thank you all for watching, and I want to let you know that we greatly look forward to serving you and helping your business grow.